Good dawning, and welcome to Good Dawning with myself, Mr. Floyd, or Josh is I am also known as, and at least that's my birth name. So welcome, guys. Grateful to see all of you here, and welcome to another dawning of another dawning with Good Dawning, and hopefully you're having a good dawning. And how are we doing today, guys? Chloe, Shelley, Angela. Who else be here? Trista, Clint. Grateful to see you guys. Grateful for all of you here, and greetings, Purple Moon. Greetings, Angela. Angelic Angela. And awesome. Clint. Okay. Good dawning, guys. All right. So today we're going to work with the Mind Info Oracle cards. We're going to work with Kuan Yin and take a card from her. And we're going to work with, ourselves, right? That's what it's really all about. Unless it's the hokey pokey. And then when we get to the pearly gates, I guess we'll find out. But question is, are you doing nude today? And for me, lots of new information's coming in. That's the great thing about the shift, right? And if you're making a shift, the cards are upside down here. If you're making a shift, if you're in like the shift, right? Then if you're really in the shift, then you may find you get a really large shift. So turned into new information, and we're gonna start talking about shadow side. And it's a gray worker, right? I've not really been sitting here talking about that much. I've been talking about us sitting, or me, it's us sitting in all that light and bright. But sometimes the light and bright, the bright light, right? Sometimes though we need to look into the corners of our darkness, right? And so that's where my journey's starting to go, and by sitting in the corners of my darkness, by having those shadows start to be seen, we can change how we react, right? How we start patterning ourselves, which leads to bigger changes that I'm beginning to slowly but surely see. And so, and then the question is, are you guys doing the same? And that's up to you. But we will get into that a little bit as it changes with me. It'll shift. The show might shift a bit too, because I mean, we're all love and light, but if we're not really looking into our darker corners, right, and what our reactions are traumatically and how we're living our universe, then are we really making a bigger change? Great to see all so much energy indeed, as what to do with it or not. Yeah, but enjoy. Appreciate y'all always. Appreciate you, Kay. What do you do with it? Well, first off, you don't do the same thing you did before by climbing into your trauma reactions. What do you do with it? You create your universe in co-creation with Source, right? And you create that universe without a universe that's out of not in trauma and not in the same patterns that you were in before. And as a pattern worker, that's starting to come in more and more in my universe. Seeing my patterns and shifting out, seeing the patterns that I need to shift out of, and seeing the things that I do when my energy drops that I will do traumatically, right? To soothe the soul, right? Or to just things I've been doing since I was probably 10, 5, 10, 15. I have no idea. But you get the idea. And are we still doing those same things today is the question. And I've noticed and grateful that there's a beautiful, kind soul that's been working through this with me. Grateful that, I'm beginning to see that there's even a larger picture than I've been presenting, or anybody. Generally, a lot of people present as far as the healing and the shifting goes out of our patterns. So we'll get into that here. But let's see what Kuan Yin has to say for us this dawning. Trista, Hershey, beautiful soul, Bonnie Binsky. Grateful for y'all being here today, and grateful for each and every one of you, and that we're together here, and we're all on this journey in some fashion together, but totally separate all at the same time. Chloe, I might sometime this week do a live because I gotta get my bill money together. Awesome, Chloe. And if you want to go live on the channel, let me know. We can do a good dawning on Saturday. If you want to go live, let me know, because we be happy to do a crystal show with you if you'd like to do so. So let me know, Chloe, and I'll send you a message. Grr. All right, so let's see what we get from Kuan Yin here. She's got me shuffling these cards, and I don't know why, but she's like, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right, yeah, we can. All right, so Saturday then we will have a live with at Chloe's Crystals. So we will do our, and the next week will be Angela again. So this is great. So the weekend, Good Dawnings here have kind of filled in with helping other universes and bringing in other universes, which is great. Because we get enough of my mug, and so fantastic. So yeah, Chloe, we will do a live. Awesome, I'll get it set up, and yeah. All right, so let's see. That's the card. I don't know why, but that's the card. You don't know until you know, right? All right, so let's see what we've got here. Kuan Yin screaming at us, and there we go. It's a nice G-rated card for YouTube, which is perfect as well. All right, so it says, and I'll flip this over here if you can read it. You may want to get a mirror, but the turquoise lotus mother, and there's been a lot of stone stuff going on in my universe, and turquoise is an amazing stone as well. So turquoise, an old. All right, one of you in the chat's going to fall over here. An old pattern is finally ending. Pattern worker, right? And literally where I'm at is breaking old patterns. So you are being lifted from your struggle, freed from the weight of the past. Hallelujah, right? You have learned all that you need to learn, and now it is time for release, divine protection, and the happiness of a healed heart and a peaceful soul. So an old pattern, and that's what kind of a lot of us I've noticed, and this is where I literally am at in my. Put this one back. This is the last Kuan Yin card. But yeah, that's kind of exactly where I'm at in my universe. Is literally old patterns and seeing where I'm still traumatically reacting in old patterns and seeing what those old patterns, if they serve me anymore or not, in a lot of ways in pattern work, right? And a lot of us, being still. And so I'm just getting shifting. It literally sometimes you don't know what you're missing until the key kind of comes into frame, right? And so in this case, there's a shift in myself with old patterns, literally being told. And it's just more screaming in my universe, right? Do you see sometimes you have to be able to see the cycles, right? The circle. And in this case, patterns. What pattern are you reliving? And wow. Yes, ma'am, Kay. I heard from Miles last year was turn your world turquoise and teal. Ooh, nice. So yeah, so from my end, it's patterns and all relating to trauma and there's other things, and we'll get involved here once I start digging in a little more. We'll dig you guys in too, but yeah, trauma cycling patterns, and we don't need to do that anymore. And when space, what are you doing when you get into space? That's kind of the question. And when we say space, we mean like that energetic space that where you need to reach out or do something. What are you doing, and are you reaching into old patterns? For myself, I've noticed I've been reaching into the same patterns, whether it's, I've been at this for a while here, but it's the same patterns that have been going on since I was, a child in some aspects. And so am I still reaching into those patterns, and what are they attached to? And we'll get into that as well. But Fatima, good dawning. Nice to see you, beautiful soul. All right, so we've got the upside down. The mind area, right? Mind info oracle cards. There we go. And so let's see what we get from the cards here. And so Saturday we will have a live with Chloe, and fantastic. And if you caught yesterday or didn't catch yesterday, Jimena came back. She's back live with her show. She may not be live today, but she did do her show yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to watch, if nothing else, you may want to watch just to send some regards there and send some love to her universe. And we send big loving favor to Jimena and all the changes and some unfortunate, some were not scheduled changes that she's going through there. And we see her universe, of course, in an amazing rebound, and always on the back end way better than it was before. But yeah. Hershey, yes, seafoam or such colors, feng shui. Where do I use this color? Everywhere. Ha ha ha. Wasn't that like the '80s though? I mean, remember like Miami Vice with the teal and all that. But yeah, so let's cut the cards here and see what we've got from old school energy. All right, and let's see we'll take the bottom card as energetics, and then the top three and see what we get here. Un, de dos, de tres, 1, 2, and 3. And so, yeah, are you still sitting in old patterns? When you get to a space, right? Do you repeat the same thing, rinse and repeat, or are you centering down and trusting in your universe? And that's where I'm at. Is when I get into a space, I'm beginning to realize, wait a minute, I'm doing the same thing, and it's kind of patterning myself in the same spin. And that's not going to work either. And so, and I'm grateful. But hey, Fatima and all, as you harder to type, as why each name and all you are very special. All right, so let's see what we've got here. First card is to jump in, and how many of us don't jump in? We sit there, we want to jump in, but then we let like trauma patterns take over, or patterns of soothing and coolness, soothing ourselves, what have you, and we don't actually jump into anything, right? We don't do anything. So you're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. So it's asking you to finally step out of that, right? Don't sit in the trauma pattern. Step out and actually take that chance and do not disturb. Right? That's helpful. There we go. Why is the do not disturb one? There it's one. Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, I was just called a young lady. Oh, how awesome! And don't generally get young men, but that's awesome, young lady. Young lady, long time, young lady, right? All right, so if we're going to jump in, then it's asking you to protect yourself and your energies, and that makes sense. If you're jumping into a project, right, or jumping into your universe in a deeper manner, are you protecting yourself, your energies? Are you staying in your frame, right? It says it's okay to want to give to others what you do effortlessly. It's important though that you set healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. And so, yeah, are you setting those boundaries and allowing working with yourself? But all right, and then the next card, of course, is going to be asking for help. There we go. So, are you asking for help in your universe? And it says, you are being asked to request help from another. You don't need to deal with this issue alone. There are many people who want to help you. Grateful, and there is a soul that is helping me, and I am grateful. To bravely ask for the support, it's a sign of strength. So, are you asking for help? If you find yourself in the same repeated patterns, if you find yourself spinning your universe, or if you find you're not moving forward, then are you stepping forward to ask for that help? Or are you sitting in and spinning your wheels, but thinking you're trying to get somewhere? But what I've noticed is in a lot of ways, like my wheels, well, I've made tremendous progress, right? What I've noticed is inside myself, there's a lot of stuff that's been the same in certain aspects. And so my wheels have been spinning lightly on the mud, but now they're starting to move forward again. But Tina, good dawning. Grateful. All right. Oh, that's upside down. And then, of course, again, we don't make these cards up. And yeah, one of you is going to be like, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, you're being given the opportunity to begin again, fresh start. Whew. And it kind of feels like a fresh start because, yeah, when you don't have any path out of certain things or you're not seeing something, right? And apparently I wasn't seeing. And what I'm not seeing and what I'm beginning to see will be brought forth in the light of this channel, of course. But what I'm not seeing is that what I wasn't seeing was that while I'm moving forward, I'm feeling better. I'm in that high vibrational state, right? At the same time, my universe isn't moving forward, and I wondered why, right? And so, where's my universe physically? The physicality of my universe having such trouble moving forward, and the reason why I figured out was spinning my wheels, right? I'm spinning in the same trauma responses to an extent, and doing the same soothing energies, right? That's only part of it, but that's just one thing that I've kind of woken up to. Good dawning, Millie. Nice to see you in the chat there. So, what are you doing that's generally spinning your day? And that's what we're really kind of what I'm noticing here. So, jump in, and it's asking you to jump into your universe, your life, in a deeper and more broad way, right? And then it's asking to protect yourself. So, stand in the frame, set up those energy blocks where you need to protect yourself. And it's asking you to ask for help, and that's something we don't do. A lot of us think that we're in this healed spot, and but we're not moving forward in our universe. We haven't created what we're looking for. We're still got no funds in our pocket. None of this stuff is happening, but we're healed. No. ask for help. And then finally a fresh start. If you ask for help, then you kind of open new energies, right? And what happens? You are in space for a fresh start. And so, yeah, and this mirrors a lot of what's been going on in my universe, um, for sure. But what's mirroring in your universe? Hopefully, this helps a little. But for all of us here, a lot of us here, and we're realizing that we're looking for bigger change, but yet we're spinning, and we're realizing that a lot of our days turn into Groundhog Day, whether we realize it or not. And so, don't be living in Groundhog Day. And if you are, we're going to work on solutions to get out of that. Hello, all at appointment. Can't really hear, but here for the hellos. Oh, favor to your appointment there, Millie. But yeah, the biggest thing I'm noticing is our distractions, right? And so, and I'm getting hit over the head with what is my distractions. And so, what are your biggest distractions? Because your distractions, right? What distractions are? I don't feel right emotionally, so I'm going to do this, right? Or I do this instead of what I need to do, and that's just the beginning of examples. But what we're stating here is becoming aware of the shadow and our shadow selves that we have not yet. Uh, I've not yet even touched yet, as far as what we've talked about here on Good Dawning. Uh, oh, you're welcome, Millie. Absolutely. Um, Favor to everybody's universe here. I wouldn't want anything but. And if you're out in an appointment, may it be the best appointment you've ever had. May it be whatever it's supposed to be in the most awesomest way. If it's a doctor's appointment, may it be all clean and clear. If it's a dentist appointment, may there be no cavities. If it's a financial appointment, may you find more money that you thought you didn't have before that you have now, right? So yeah, exactly. Um, but what are you? We're going to get into shadow here. I'm a shadow worker. I do a lot of gray. I'm a gray agent. So if you've got unhealed trauma, you're going to see me. And if I'm bouncy in any form or fashion that day, I'm going to piss you off. And probably not always the case, but I could piss you off, and then your shadow will come out, right? And it's not even it's just what happens. Certain energies have to vibrate that up, right? And vibrate that out of people. But what? Yeah, is there? Yeah, part of you, and what I'm noticing is a part of me, and then that I've been ignoring in a lot of ways, and it's that shadow side. And when we say the shadow side, we're acknowledging what is really, and in a lot of ways, the deeper control that while we think we're in control, are we truly? I mean, we may be source energy, or the love energy of from source, the vibration of love, and working with source. But the question becomes on your end then, are you really aware of the energies, the patterns that are controlling your life? And so that's what we're going to start working on here as well, is to see into those patterns and to realize, like for myself, when I get down and not in space, what do? I retreat. I stop doing anything. I get karmic against myself, and so I may end up occasionally smoking weed or what have you, as things to soothe myself, to center down, right? And so what are you doing in your universe then, when the center is gone, and when you fall out of center real quick, and you start into the patterns, right? What are your patterns that you do, that are you doing to soothe yourself, to keep yourself at least floating on water, so to speak, aligned, or at least moving, right? Not sinking even further, to what patterns have you set up? And so we're going to get into that over the next few weeks, and as it breaks open into my universe, a whole nother deal here. We're gonna break it open into your guys as well. But yeah, so if you missed the card today from Kuan Yin against the turquoise lotus mother, and it's all about patterns, and an old pattern is finally ending. It's literally the first message there. So thank you. Yeah, and as we end those old patterns, we stop doing the same things in the daily, we start getting results, right? If we stop reacting in the same way traumatically when we feel this, and we stop, shut down our universe and do that, and we start making those changes where we sit in the trauma instead, right? And work through it so it releases, versus trying to, trauma, what do I do to soothe it? Grab a milkshake, whatever, eat an Oreo, whatever you do. It doesn't, there's a million things. Whatever it is in your universe. Intuitive insights, music. Yeah, music is the biggest thing. One of the biggest things in my universe is music. I'm a clairaudience, and so, and a lot of that was tied to music and emotion. old patterns, right? So I would tie music to trauma patterns, to trauma, to old emotional, energetic states, right? So a song I could play would bring up an old emotion, talking about patterns, bring up an old emotional state. And then I would be stuck. I'd drive myself into that old emotional state through the song and not have a tool to get out of it except to fall into an old pattern, maybe smoke weed, maybe do something else, whatever it is, something that I would need to do to get out of that pattern. It used to be maybe grab a beat, whatever, drink, whatever. I don't drink anymore or anything. But what you get what we're going here, right? And so because of right, it's not sitting in the I'm not sitting in the pattern, feeling the energy as I should be. Right. I'm blowing through the pattern instead. Exactly. Or blowing through the energy and then falling back into that soothing pattern to flatten out the energy. That's not going to work anymore. We're not doing that anymore. We can't, because that's we're not healing then. We're just spinning our wheels and we're actually bringing ourselves down in the old trauma patterns. And I'm just basically a spinning trauma pattern with occasional moments of clarity. That's never going to work. And so how many of you guys are still living in those trauma patterns consciously or even unconsciously? And when you get to a point where your universe, you're uncomfortable, whatever, and are you looking at those triggers as well when you get to be uncomfortable and you go into the trauma pattern? And we haven't even gotten into other things that we will in the next few days. I have to do some more research, but are you getting into those trauma patterns and then sitting there and trying to feel the peace from whatever you do to self-soothe? That's not going to work, and that's just spinning our wheels and in old patterns that I've noticed that I'm still doing. And I'm going to tell you where I'm unhealed in myself. And when it comes to light, finally, when it comes to light, as it did yesterday, and as it starts building through and building momentum in my universe, as I start sitting in the space instead of reacting to the trauma feelings and allowing the feeling to sit and move through me instead of reacting in ways that I did before. That's bigger shift. Right? All right, so today we're going to work with the smoky quartz as well. Why? To suck up the energies that bring us into those patterns, right? So and that's something that you have to do for yourself, is to realize what is it that takes you out of your energy. What is it that's putting you in the pattern, right? What are your patterns, and what are your self-soothing, and what are you really avoiding? And there's a whole nother layer to this that I'm kind of dancing around because I have to do some research, but some work. I forgot to tell y'all I signed up for the TikTok shop and live sales. And oh, hoo, hoo. All right, so Chloe, you'll have to share us your TikTok link there. I don't have the app, and have never actually, other than the links that TikTok has put in the videos, when you link a TikTok video to a channel or something, to an article. Yeah, I've never been on the talk of Tick, and so yeah, and it just got extended for another 90 days, I think. So nobody, yeah, so it's safe and secure for a while. So yeah, so Chloe, that is amazing, and yeah, send us your link there, and when you get a chance, and we can yeah, check out Chloe on TikTok, where she's gonna be doing. We'll have to see about it. Oh, sure, not sure how favor. Okay, once you know how it works, let us know, and we would be happy to be part of that universe there. I would be, for sure. I can't speak for anybody else, but I would be happy and awesome. I would download TikTok just for that alone. Absolutely, but amazing. Um, and that's what we're talking about, Chloe, not sitting in the pattern, wanting to. How many of us would sit in that pattern of, oh, let's do and I'm guilty of doing these things myself. I want to do TikTok lives, right? And be able to go and sell like auction style, like on TikTok, which sounds amazing. And so, but how often do you sit there and then you don't do it? And you're sitting there and you haven't done it, and days later, because you're sitting in old patterns and trauma and unworthiness, right? And I can find myself, and what I've noticed is I found myself doing quite just that in certain aspects in my universe. And so you're welcome, Chloe. Amazing. And so Teresa, good dawning, beautiful soul. And today is Tuesday, so Teresa will be live at 3 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock my time, where I will be at a men's tennis match, U.S. men's tennis. I never thought I'd. Yeah, who does tennis? I feel bad for these. If you're a sports guy, if you do if you you're a sport person, right? Or if you're a performer, why do we have to torture our sports performers and stuff? You have football players who play in the middle of the winter. You've got these tennis guys. It's gonna be like 40 degrees tonight, and they're out there in their shorts playing tennis. I mean, why are we torturing these people to make them stand out in like extreme temperatures? What's next? Let's do co-ed semi-naked football in the snow. I mean, really, guys. I mean, it's like it's really not artists too. When we're at the Red Rocks or any concert venue, and it's like 35 degrees outside, and you're expecting this artist to like jam out on the guitar while their hands are like going numb. I mean, they have life experience and practice to do so, but nonetheless, why are we doing that to these people? I mean, even poor Paul McCartney. I mean, I'm sure the lights from the stage alone are pretty warm, although a lot of them are LED now, right? But when they were like big spotlights, you get the heat from the spotlight would keep you warm. But like poor Paul McCartney's out there, and it's like 40 degrees. I'm standing there in a jacket, 45. I'm standing in a jacket, like going like this, just to moving around, obviously dancing to an extent, just to stay warm and stomping my feet. And he's got to stand there. He's got his sleeves sort of rolled up on his t-shirt, on his button-down shirt, and it's like, are you cold or how are we torturing these guys? It's not fun. It's not fair. But yeah. Pretty Girls cheerleading in the football season is cold. Yes. Yeah, exactly. We torture these. We do all these torturous things. Go stand out in a short skirt and a short sleeve shirt, and cheer and then move. No, that's not fair. No, but it's just an observation that yeah. And as it gets colder and the concerts, yeah, there'll be a point somewhere in November. They'll be sitting up in their winter coats, shivering, and no fun. But yeah. So what are you doing? What is really what are you doing that's replacing source in your universe in a lot of ways by pattern work? And that's a lot of what it is. By the patterns that you guys are that I'm guilty of it. I'm not specifically laying on anybody, but the patterns for myself at least that I've noticed are supplanting me as source or me as, my relationship with God, right? So what they're doing is instead I'm trusting in my patterns, right? And trusting in the source love energy that is, right? And so I'm giving myself to those patterns versus letting the patterns go away, right? But exactly. But yeah. So what are you guys doing? Or what are And it takes it's like the next level from what the way I see it. It's like, okay, wait a minute. What have we been? I've been missing, and so that's so yeah. That's where exactly. So let's do some work here. We're going to do the work with the I am. We're going to work with the violet flame, and we're going to create some I am statements for today. And we're going to stand in our frame today as well. And chat filter. Why is it not? There we go. All messages. Sometimes that chat freeze on me. All messages. There we go. All right. So we're going to work with the I am this dawning and see where we are. But I am not the patterns of my old self. I am not the patterns that I'm utilizing to block to soothe myself in trauma, and I'm not even that trauma anymore. And the harder part is now sitting in when the patterns come up, and it's like, ooh, what is this representing? And we'll get into what is this representing in the next few days. I just got to do some more work, like I said. But what is this? What am I feeling? We could start there. What am I feeling? And do I want to move? What do I normally do when this pattern comes up to soothe that pattern? Now I got to sit in it. And that's where the shift comes in, and that's the bigger shift that doesn't get made a lot by most people. Is we continue those patterns where it be maybe watching YouTube all day, maybe it's binge eating, maybe it's drinking or smoking weed, maybe it's whatever it is that you're doing, that we're doing to self-soothe, right? Maybe it's just not even moving forward. You're not doing what you need to do energetically for the day, whatever that is for you. Shift, exactly. We're not making that shift. We're sitting in the trauma pattern. And so what I've noticed for myself is exactly that. There's certain shifts that I keep saying I need to make that I'm not making, and then instead I'm sitting in trauma patterns just to self-soothe. But then in my head, I'm going, I need to do this. And it's a hell of a vicious cycle that you can get yourself into if you start seeing that. I did a video out loud conversation with Hanuman, like we telepathic. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. With Hanuman, we have telepathically, and I moved aside, and he channeled through me, except it was deeply person. Sounds like I am schizophrenic. No, you know what? Channeling, the first time you channel, you may think you're schizophrenic, but we all channel. We're all an open channel in some form or fashion, even to our higher selves, to other, energetics. Your guides are all. If you don't think you're not channeling, you talk to your guides. You're channeling you in some form or fashion, right? So you're speaking energetically. You're speaking to your guides, and that's a form of channeling, right? And so if you sit there, and a lot of us will say, my guide said this, or my guide said that, or what have you. And if you're hearing that, then you're already channeling. That's your higher self coming through in an energetic form. There's no difference than if Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, White Buffalo, Calf Woman, or anybody else comes through. Um, and if we're channeling, and like you said, when you channeled Hanuman there, it's not at all. It's Hanuman reaching out, and it's your higher self connecting to Hanuman, and coming. You're open, being that open portal, and so the question then is, if Hanuman came through, then are you reaching back out to Hanuman? Are you working with Hanuman? Have you grabbed the energy, or did you take the channeling and just kind of roll forward with it and not go from there? Because obviously, then, yeah, if that's Robin, exactly, if that's something that's looking to happen for you, PLR, then in that aspect, then just like I didn't realize until somebody had to point it out to me that like White Buffalo Calf Woman found me, I didn't find her, and it's rare that she's even channeled. While Saint Germain finds lots of people. He's like the open, he's like the channeler light, right? Every channel, yeah, Saint Germain. I channel lots of people. It's easy, and you will see. But say to see White Buffalo Calf Woman come through, it's a whole different energy. But for Saint Germain, I push my energy through lots of people. I am the Grand Alchemist, and I channel thousands of people. But White Buffalo Calf Woman is different. Release. So what? Yeah. Sorry. So yeah. So are you seeing that like Hanuman? I've never heard anybody channel Hanuman personally. So when Hanuman's coming through, if Hanuman, are you grabbing that energy? Like I didn't even realize with White Buffalo Calf Woman, and so bigger energy there than I even realized because she chose me. But yeah, didn't even. And she doesn't choose a lot. You don't hear. I mean, how many channelers from White Buffalo Calf Woman? There's not too many out there that I've seen. But of course, there's over 1 million YouTube channels, so we'll never see them all to begin with. The fact that you are here versus on any of the other million YouTube channels is always there's every reason that you're where you are. But hair, hair is not styled this morning. All right. PLR, I have a brother with paranoid schizophrenia. He is older. I've dealt with mental illness my whole life. You are fine, my love. Absolutely. First time I videoed us, my face was so expressive, and we were speaking light language. Also, they want to talk and have been adjusting my nervous system for a while now. Hanuman is always with me. ALW. Awesome, 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 awesome. So yeah, so you're developing just like I'm developing with the White Buffalo Calf Woman, Saint Germain, and so that's awesome. So yeah, so one day we're going to see PLR, Robin, they're channeling with Hanuman, and that is absolutely amazing. So yeah, as we step through, that's part of the deal, guys. As we step through and realize that we're not in our patterns, right? Living in that same broken pattern that I have been doing since two in some fashion. It changes, but yeah, you guys can get the idea. Not allowing myself to sit through that, not seeing where the pattern's attached, and then again, the attached portion is yeah, we're working on learning all that too. Lindsay, good dawning. So let's work with the I am, and the I am is who and what we really are through Saint Germain, and of course the violet flame, which resides within and is part of all of us, and a lot of us. Most of us here, if you close your eyes, if you get like bright light in your eyes and you close your eyes, we'll see what? What color? Purple. I was doing yesterday Victor, good dawning. When I woke up yesterday for about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I had this deal going on. I closed my eyes. I would see this purple light go shoo, and I closed my eyes again, and it would be right there, and then I'd see it go shoo. And so yeah, what do you see? Purple, the violet flame, which is part of all of us. So, and of course, so is the I am. As well, because the I am is you're making statements as to who you are. A lot of our I am statements, though, will get knocked out. And this is, again, what I have been noticing is a lot of the I ams, a lot of the statements that we make about our universe will just get knocked right from underneath us, like taking the legs out from underneath us. When we get back into those karmic or those trauma patterned energies, right? When we all of a sudden lose the fact that our connection to source, we lose all of that and step back into the traumatic space that we're in our body, and then do whatever we do to self-soothe. We kind of break that energy, and so yeah, we're not trusting in source or ourselves as our higher self. So let's do some I am work. What are you I-aming today? What do you want to I am for your universe? We can do an incantation, and I will bring in Saint Germain wants to do an incantation on the I am. And so we are going to do so. When the blank comes in that says I am, it's your job to fill it in. If you don't want to fill in your blank for your I am, Saint Germain saying that's on you. But if you get stuck and busted up in a pattern there, he's saying go back to the I am, and then you have to figure out how you I am your day, right? Stand in the I am. But I am here. We can start now. Love it, Lindsay. All right, but yeah, so you can ignore the I am, but then you're ignoring who you really are in a lot of ways. Is what we're getting at here. This is no different than goal setting, right? If you're setting a goal, I'm setting a goal to create this. I am the creator of that. I am the energy that is creating that, and I am standing in that frame of what I'm creating, right? And when we start doing those things, it's a self-talk, it's a flow that starts to pick up in our universes. It's not just a once and done statement. It's kind of more Trista, sister. Trista will be live, not Mesmerex to Memorex tomorrow in the dawning, where we will get some amazing. Trista's amazing, nonetheless. If you've not watched her evening lives there, really hang out with Trista in the evening after Truth Wave. So check that out if you haven't watched any of them. Is amazing and chill, and it's amazing to watch somebody step forward, right, breaking the patterns that have kept them down and stepping forward into into a new universe, right? When you step forward and you take that energetic risk, like Trista did, to go live a couple weeks ago, and now it's like, if you watch Trista live, you wouldn't know that she hasn't been doing it for forever. It's as natural as it looks, as natural as anything I've ever seen, right? Just like breathing, right? It looks totally natural, and yeah. So where are you holding yourself back? And so Trista is amazing. If you go watch her channel, and I know she did a karaoke yesterday. I just haven't had a chance to watch it too. So check that out too. She did sing a song for us. I have not had a chance to watch it, but I will. But the point being is watching somebody break out of those old patterns, right? Instead of the patterns of doubt. In this case, I mean, but there's deeper patterns. But just we're gonna make a pattern of doubt, right? So if you've lived in doubt all your life, and then you still have doubt, but then you start to do, and you break that pattern. That shadow side of doubt, right? You're going to start breaking up the doubt in other things in your universe because you've stepped through it. And so amazing to see that, like when Trista went live, to break that, step through that fear wall, and step into a larger universe there is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to bring in Saint Germain. We're going to do an I am. And yeah, so tomorrow in the dawning, be prepared, because it's going to be tuning forks with, outside of talking with Trista and her amazing self. She's going to perform with her tuning forks for us, and yeah, balance on look at that Wednesday balance, right? Balance day Wednesday. There we go. Clearing as well. But so yeah, so she'll leave you with the clear path. But if your patterns are still there, they're going to jump right back in. So keep that in mind. But for that moment, it's like But yeah, so let's work with the I am. I'm going to bring in Saint Germain here. So. Josh, love the show with Bobby. Thank you. There's a few things that I need to work on. But yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, PLR. And it brought a few things to my mind that I need to change and to do. But yeah, I appreciate it. And thank you, Bobby, for the opportunity there. My mind is entering and is always jumping around. It may occur to me to say, for example, people often like drama. It's just a general reflection, not about who I'm speaking with. People do like drama. People are generally addicted to the drama that their universe is in, and when the drama disappears, then they feel a void. And that a lot of that was even me. With you could reinsert trauma patterns too. There's that void. If you yeah, that. So yeah, but yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's bring in Saint Germain here. All right. Saint Germain, we are grateful that you are here this stunning, and we are going to channel through Josh. As you are seeing, there's a shift in the show. There's a shift in the energies, because we are now talking about patterns and things that you are glomming to that don't need to be in your universe, and things that you are not allowing yourself to sit through. But we are going to go and talk about the I am this stunning, right? You are the I am, and you are the partnering with Source, right? You are the energy married with Source that will help to I am. You stated you become it. Are you in understanding of what we are talking about here? And so when we talk about the I am, we are talking about declaring, making declarative statements to the greater source field, to yourself, and to the universe of whom you are, who you want to be. And if you are in conjunction with the I am, not standing in fearful traumas or pushing things away or whatever it is, you are going to then create energies to prove that to yourself. Are you in understanding? The I am is the front load of the energy that you are going to create, right? So I am awesome. So if you are stating that, then what your universe is going to bring out awesome through you, and you are going to stand in the awesome that you are. But you have to understand that you are awesome first. And it is our patterns, our shadows, and our dark side that'll come in and snatch that before we even have the chance, right? So this is what we are talking about here when we are making changes in the channel and the channeling and the show itself, right? To recognize something that has not been recognized at all on this channel is our shadow side. And we are going to be doing more of that in the good dawning. We're going to stand aside the shadow side, looking in at our shadow self so that we can see where we are not moving forward, where we are attached and attached in ways like to the sins of the seven deadly sins. Where are we being greedy? Why are we standing in sloth? And if we are standing in sloth, then are you standing outside of source, right? You are standing in the self. And there's a lot more to that that we have been missing on this channel, and may have been missing in your universe or not, but we have not discussed it here. But we are going to stand in the I am right now. So stand in that frame and tell yourself, I am. Say the word I am out loud, right? Saint Germain is asking you to do very simple things. And if you choose not to do so, that is on you. But we are going to work with the I am and help you to frame up your day today. And of course, the only way to stay in that frame is what? Staying in presence, not giving your energy to your shadow, right? But we are working on that. So I am. You are what, right? You have to put a statement behind that. So let us do so. What do you want to create for yourself today? What do you want to be? Who energetically do you see yourself as? What do you see energetically in your universe? I am. Are you awesome? Are you karmic? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Are you wealthy? Are you unhappy? Are you source love? Are you standing with source? What are you? I am leaves a lot of broad openings for you to create whatever you are looking for in your universe. But do not say I am my trauma patterns, right? Because you are not. Do not say I am all negative or I am sad. You are not. You are the energy of love. If you want to be sad, then you need to look into what is causing the sadness. You are not sad. You are source, love, right? You are energy of vibration. You are peace. You are. You are. That is the point. We try to label ourselves as well. When there's no label to be when you are energy. Are you seeing? Are you understanding? But you are standing as energy in a suit that you are created, that you have brought forth, right? You are meat suit. Then you are standing in that meat suit. Then you have to create, right? You are now in a dimensional field where you have to bring things in and out of your universe, right? If you do not create, if you do not bring food into your universe, you will starve to death. If you do not bring some sort of shelter into your universe, you would have stood out there and froze to death. If you did not bring some sort of transportation, be it bus, car, or train, to your universe, you would be standing still, essentially, or only going where your feet can take you, right? Are you in understanding? We are bringing in energies. What energies are you wanting to stand in? When you say the I am, you are making declarative statements to your universe, to yourself, and to every cell in your body, right? Are you in understanding? So think about that day moment. I am what? What are you? Other than love, the same love that source is, right? The love, you are married with source as love, right? So what other than that? Are you this fleshy meat suit? No. Are you the glasses that sit upon your face, maybe? No, of course not. They are just tools, right? What are you? You are the energy of all. You are the source energy. You are the love of everything. You are vibrational space. When you can see that, then you are the vibrational space, and everything is a vibration. So how are you exactly? That is what you are. You are creative. So stand in that frame. Let's create today, right? I am. You have to put something against the I am, right? After you say I am, if you do not say anything, then you are just declaring that you are, right? Which is great. But what are you? What do you want to be? What do you? I am what? All love, right? I am peace. I am amazing. I am creating my universe one step at a time. I am standing on a new ledge and I am seeing a bigger frame, right? What are you wanting for yourself, Rush? That is the question, Rush. We are doing the I am. So stand strong. We're going to create. So stand with me. I am what? So you create with Saint Germain. I am the energies of what? And for Josh, the energies of love, the energies of movement forward, the energies of peace in his heart, the energies that are not my old patterns, right? So I am not my patterns. I am not the trauma that happened to me, and I am not sitting in my old frame, right? What are you doing today in your presence? What are you calling thought? You do the same. I am. You fill that in for yourself. Make a declarative statement through the I am right now. Say something from the I am. I am making efforts to have an amazing day. But you don't have to make an effort. You are the amazing day already. Stand in that frame. I am the amazing day I have already been looking for. I center myself in the amazement of who I am. Are you seeing? You are creating all of this. As we stand stronger in the I am, you will create more and more in your living, loving universe. So stand strong, stand in firm energy that you are not the trauma. You are not the drama, that what you state after the I am is what you are declaring, and you're going to create for your universe. Are you in understanding? If you are not, that is okay. Remember, though, one thing. Whatever you state after I am is not going to appear right away or anything of the sort. You are directing yourself, your energies, your cells. You are directing your patterns, right? All of your energy, all of your self in the toroidal field that you are to create that I am, to stand in that frame. It's not the instantaneous frame that is built. You have to, there's a lot of us, there's work to be done still, right? For your channeler here. Lots of work to be done clearing shadow, right? Clearing the patterns that have blocked his universe, the things that he has been doing to calm and self-soothe over the trauma, right? And so you are just spinning your wheels to self-soothe over the trauma. If you are doing so, then you will see that that has to fall away. But as you declare yourself as I am, and you stand stronger in a frame, one day at a time, by standing in presence and realizing who and what you really are, and working through by diving into and letting at the same time the energies pass through you, the karmic energies, the heavier energies, the darker energies, the energies. Saw that light orb. The energies, there's a light orb flying over there. With the energies that you feel in your universe, are you seeing? So stand strong in that energy, stand at peace. You will see. You are the I am that you want to be, but you have to stand strong in that. Allow the patterns, the traumas, the darker energies that are presenting inside yourself to fall free. That's what we are going to be discussing on this channel here, right? And that's what things that we are going to talk about through Saint Germain, right? Letting those patterns, those things fall away, releasing transmission. All right. There we go. Lots of energy, but yeah. So, what are you in the I am today? And staying in presence, of course, but not letting, and not allowing, and standing outside of yourself when if the trauma patterns come back up, don't let it step in your I am. But I am good at the evil eye. I'm told. You just look at someone. No words. I'm doing it since childhood and had no idea. Yeah. So the question is, it's not only the evil eye, but have you grounded into Robin, the energy that you have right behind the eyes, right? So what are you? It's you're giving him the evil eye, but you're throwing energy. Are you aware of the energy that you're then throwing as when you're throwing the evil eye at somebody? For sure, favor there. But thank you, Shelley. Yeah, what I've noticed for myself is I skipped an entire portion of the healing. I've been self-soothing by doing the same trauma patterns, right? I've been doing self-soothing by my energies go wonko, and then I do what I need to do to unwonko them instead of letting sit through and trusting in source. That's just part of it. There's more to it, and we'll get to that in the next few days as I do some more research. But that's just the basics, real basic. And so for myself, now that I'm noticing, okay, this is a traumatic pattern. Am I sitting in the pattern, or am I doing the same thing? Am I grappling into the trauma, grabbing around it, and then doing things to soothe it, or am I just going, okay, I feel this way, and kind of allowing it to happen, and not chasing the pattern, chasing the soothing, self-soothing there of it, and then also looking into what is this attached to, and that's where we'll get into tomorrow. What is that? What is that attached? There's a whole nother universe that's coming in, and it's yeah, and a lot of things that I'm speaking as a larger group of us in. And I'm going to say this, not ascension, because we're not, again, recovery from trauma is the way I like to see this, right? Clearing and recovery, and stepping into who we really are. But yeah, there's a lot of that's missed by a lot of us here, is the pattern work. Life is, yes, it is. Definitely interesting to say the least. But so yeah, what are you I aming today, and what are you standing in the frame of? And when you say that you are I am, does that get demolished the moment something happens in your? This is the question you have to ask for yourself. Emotionally speaking, do you demolish the I am, the thought that you what we just went through? Does it get if somebody comes into your frame that's out of space? If you allowing them to, are you allowing other energies? There we go to kick you out of the I am, and are you allowing your patterns to do the same? I have been, and so when I say I need to do and need to do and need to do, I don't get things done because I've been sitting in old patterns. I've been sitting in self-soothing patterns or safe patterns, and not even looking to explore into the new because I've been protecting myself, which doesn't work. It's not protection in any form or fashion, to say the least. Yeah, I'm not the most organized either, there, Angela. To by all means, as a matter of fact, I got to start going through some more bins. I've got like paper totes and stuff from like papers from high school and stuff that I got to go through. I'm unorganized. Get reorganized here because yeah, if once we move, we don't want to move stuff that we don't need to move for sure. Um, Wasting time and wasting the monies on getting a second moving container. It's not needed. All right, so we're gonna work with the smoky quartz, right? And the smoky quartz, we're going to use it as a vacuum suck with the smoky quartz, right? So what do you want to, what do you look, what patterns, what is sitting in your, I say everything, at least mine do. It's a good thing. Yeah, I can do that as well. But, but yeah, I love giving side and then watching myself give side eye on the camera. What you talking about, Willis? But yeah, no, seriously. So from the smoky quartz end, we're gonna go ahead and what's do you want high school energy follow? Do I want high? No, exactly. High school energy. Oh God, no. But a lot of us are still in that energy, and even myself, Tina. That's a kind of a dead spot. That's really actually I like that a lot, Tina, because really when you think about it, a lot of me right now, and I just kind of woke up to this. Actually, this is a smack, energetic smack, right? Whap. Um, but yeah, a lot of my patterns are exactly that still. And I just realized that. Thank you. And I'm gonna write this down. How much of me is teenage me still? How much is that doggy and how much of my patterns, right? Because I'm serious about shifting my universe here, and so how much of my patterns are still me as a teenager, right? That's a really good question, right? And then throw it out. That's a really good point. Thank you, Josh and friends. Have a nice day, everyone. On a con. Victor, much love, brother. I will see you. Actually, I probably won't see you this evening because I have an men's tennis match. So unless I'm on break. But yeah, have an amazing afternoon, Victor. Much love, brother. So yeah, how much of our patterns are still as a teenager, and in myself, I can point out one immediately. Certain things that I do that are my mother, I would say Yatsuna and storm into my room. Yeah, exactly. And so how many of us are still doing so? Tina, spot on there. And so yeah, that's a lot of where I'm at. But so we're going to use the smoky quartz. And of course, where does this smoky quartz come from? Like, 99.8% of all the crystals here. Chloe's crystal. Chloe crystals.shop. There we go. So yeah, and she'll be live with us on, I had to think of the store name, Chloe's crystals.shop. Or capital C at Chloe's Crystals on YouTube. And of course, you can always go into my lives and grab Chloe from there as well. She'll be live with us Saturday, and we will be talking crystals, selling crystals. It'll be a crystal party, and this is where this came from. The smoky quartz came from Chloe as well. And yeah, so what we're gonna do with the smoky quartz, which he can be used as like a vacuum suck, if that makes any sense. So we're going to do, of course, energetic work, but the focus on this is going to be what patterns, what are you seeing, what are you repeating that you want to release, what is blocking through repeated patterns, what is blocking you, and of course, I saw Paul McCartney this weekend. I clear audience, right? And so the song stuck in my head right now is "It's Getting Better All the Time." So there we go. And he didn't play it, but But nonetheless, it is getting better all the time. And so here we go, guys. Let's work with the smoky quartz. And in your universe and mine, of course, permission. All you need permission to do so. So if you want to be with us, that's great. Just keep your phone open there, or if you're on the computer, keep the laptop open. Otherwise, certainly understand. But energetics, like anywhere else, works amazingly through the interweb just as well, right? And of course, today's Tuesday as well. So 5 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. And again, I'll be smack dab in letting people into tennis. But U.S. tennis, U.S. men's tennis versus Australia. Never been to a tennis match, so it should be interesting. But yeah, so I'll be smack dab in it. But Laura B will be live with us, or with herself today. And so yeah, so catch Laura B on her channel. Let Spirit Guide, and absolutely. So yeah, so catch Laura if you get a chance today at 7 as well. So let's work with the smoky quartz. Again, we're going to suck up patterns. So take a pattern, one pattern. We're going to do this a little differently here. So take one pattern. What is it, that one pattern? We all know, you all know what that one pattern that you have, that you're like, I gotta stop doing this. I gotta get rid of this. This isn't working for me. This is holding me back. Whatever it is, we're going to throw it into we're going to vacuum suck it up with the smoky quartz. So let's take some breaths. We're going to do 3 breaths to breathe in. And hold it with me, please. And release. One more, breathe in. And release. Link sent. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, and then finally one more breath. Breathe in. And release. All right, so from your end then, what is the one pattern? And this isn't going to change that pattern. It's your job when the pattern comes up, and this is what I'm noticing and have learned just recently, is to not react, to let it flat, go flow, right? Let it go through, but to not react. So all right, so here we go, guys. Vacuum suck. What is the pattern you're wanting to give away? It's not going to, you're just making yourself more aware of it, bring it to the frame, to your outer frame. And then when that pattern shows back up by doing this, and then when the pattern shows back up in your universe, now you don't have to what? React. You can choose to. And you'll whatever you do to soothe, or you can stand in the pain and let it go through. That's the hard part. We are the children of changing their patterns, and we are the children changing their patterns and seeing that they feel it's not improvement, just offended. No offense or defense, just sweet cookies. Mo, good dawning. Love you, sister. All right, here we go. All right, smoky quartz. We're going to suck up. Take a pattern, one of your patterns. We're going to send it in. We're also going to use this to break up those patterns and be able to see where we stand in our patterns a little bit more here. So from your end and mine, here we go. And again, if you're on the other side, permission. We're at. There we go. Never take energetics without somebody at least saying, all right, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to, right? Here we go. Mo, have a great day at work. Yes. All right, so here we go. And again, what are you sucking up? What are you pulling through? My work is a 4-letter word. Oh, favorite, Tina. Love, right? It's love. All right, here we go. So from my end, I know the pattern I'm working on. What pattern are you wanting to bring to your frame, to your surface there, and release? At least make yourself more aware of. Releasing the pattern means sitting in it, right? Letting it go through you and not reaching out. Seeing where it's attached, and we'll get to that tomorrow. We'll work on attachment patterns and where they're attached. And this is all new to me, so I'm just kind of waking up to, wait, there's a whole nother level I haven't touched yet. None of us, a lot of us haven't. Love and my play and love are my 4-letter words. There you go. All right, so what are you clearing pattern-wise in your universe? What are you trying to clear up for this Wednesday so you can stand in a more straight frame? You'll feel this definitely in your root and sacral chakras, or patterns are generally broken energy stuck in our root and sacral chakras, a trauma that has not yet been released, and then we find ways to soothe it, among other things that we will get into, and where we're standing in, dealing with 7 deadly sins and other things as well. 7 sins. Yeah. Darn it. Good darning. We're working with, if you're just joining us, we're working with the smoky quartz. We're looking at patterns in our universe. And today, being Wednesday, we're going to get over the hump of one of our patterns and at least bring it to our forefront, and see it for what it is. And then, of course, it's your job to step through it and not react to that pattern. But ooh, energy burp. Fun. So as we pull out the energies, the blocks, and we're not pulling out the pattern. It's your job to pull out the pattern, but we're pulling out the energy blocks that block us from seeing the patterns that have been destructive in our universes, or the patterns that are keeping us away, separate from source, and keeping us separate from ourselves, and keeping us from building our universes. Am I sitting in a Tuesday alone? He very well can be. Oh, we're all alone. It's all one player game, but we're not alone because we have our guides and stuff. But, sure. All right. Keep pulling out here. So what's your block? What are you feeling? You should feel this in your, I can feel this immediately in my root chakra. Most of my patterns are broken energies that I haven't healed, right? Broken trauma energies I haven't healed. And some of it. It's Tuesday here too. Yep, I was making sure it's Tuesday. Like, wait a minute. All right. When we are kids, what do you think? I have money. I have a money tree kind of comments, and wondering if those things are blocked. That would block abundance. If you hear your parents talk about money, what do you think? Money grows on trees. You get programmed that money is hard to come by. That would be a programming. Money is hard to come by. My parents taught me money's, this or that. I stand in a circle with my whole family and a huge team always. It's just not everyone is aware of our higher selves working together. Ooh, I like that. All right, we're going to seal this off here in just a few moments and really close out, because it's already been an hour. It's an hour and 3 minutes. Wow. Where's the time go? All right, so we're going to do one quick pull here. So whatever you've got left, we're going to pull out to the surface. We can't pull anything out of you. That's your job to release your energies. But we want you, it's being aware of those patterns first. All right, look. There we go. All right. Let's seal this off here. Earlier, I asked them to add 3 zeros to my bank. There you go. As long as they're added at the back end, not the front end, right? You didn't. Did you specify with or without a decimal point? Sealed. All right. It's important if you're ever doing any energy work with anybody. If they don't say that it's sealed, if you don't see them sort of hermetically sealed, closing, then that portal is open. You can close it yourself, but make sure. All right, guys. Another day's good dining is spent. Left of decimal. There you go. Perfect. All right, guys. So we're gonna close out here with our group hug as always, and tomorrow, and I will be setting that up today. We will have Trista with her tuning forks live, not Memorex, and then Saturday we will have Chloe live as well with her amazing crystals, and so awesome stuff, guys. Grateful. All right, so take your left hand up. Let's close out here. left hand up to the person to your left, right arm up to the person to your right. And we take our love out of our left hand here and we spin it around through each other. Left hand out, and it comes through my left hand and through each and every one of you, through your heart and my heart. And as we spin it up faster and faster into kind of like the Large Hadron Collider there, we turn into one big heart. As we go so fast, our hearts collide in the one big heart, and we take that big heart, and you feel each and every one of our hearts going through each and every one of us. We lock our love. We take our love and spin it up like a reverse tornado and lock it in, ching, into the greater source field. We see everybody in the greater source field in peace and love, and we see everybody here in peace and love as well. And we see everybody out there realizing their shadows today, and we see everybody standing in their frame of source, for a frame of love, and their frame of who they are, not the shadow, not the trauma, and not the drama. We see everybody today realizing when shadows come up, when their trauma comes up, that they stand strong in their frame and they do not give in to the energies that are of it and let it flow through them and past them and not stand in it and claim it, right? We see each and everybody on this planet finding the peace in their soul, in themselves, and in their trauma body in regards to other patterns. We see everybody bringing their patterns to surface. We see everybody on this planet here realizing that they are not their patterns, what they are attached to through maybe the 7 deadly sins or otherwise, and what they are seeing within themselves is the clarity that they are looking for. They're seeing those patterns dissolving, and we are seeing ourselves standing strong in the energy of love and peace that we are, in the energy partnered with source that we are, standing strong in our frame, in knowing what we want and not allowing anything to block us from that energy today. Any karmic energies that we might carry forth, any patterns that we might pull forward or otherwise. We see everybody on this planet recognizing those patterns and working forward, stepping forward to allow those patterns to flow through them to clear in each and every one of us. We see Mother Gaia, of course, today with no chemtrails, of course, no X's or O's in the sky, and of course, no forever chemicals or plastics on her soil as well. And with that, we take the love that we have created here and the peace and the pattern work that we are doing, and we release that, our love tornado, into the greater source field as it floats up and spreads out into the greater source field, and our love and our hearts connect with all that is out there. We see them all in peace, in love, and of course, not giving in to their shadow today. And with that, we say hallelujah. So it is, and so it shall be. There we go, guys. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. And love you. And I have another hen who just started laying. Oh, how awesome. More free eggs. And I will see you all, of course, in the next. So have an amazing day, guys. And stand strong in your light as you release your darkness there and release your patterns. You don't have to go back into that hole, the holes that you feel in your daily universe. And you definitely can remove some of those blocks to create your amazing universe too. Have an amazing day, guys, and stay awesome, because whether you realize it or not, you are. Clean skies and dry eyes unless they are tears of joy. Awesome. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Tina. Love you guys. And I will see you all around the campfire or tomorrow in some fashion.